I want to begin by sharing a thought, one that I believe can transform your life today. The universe will restore all your wasted years. And I want to explain what that truly means. I want you to feel it in your heart and understand it with your soul. This isn't just a nice idea, a hopeful statement, or a wish. It's a deep truth. And once you accept it, once you begin to live by it, you will notice something incredible. Your life will start to shift in ways you could never have imagined. Now, I know many of you may be sitting there thinking, but Louie, you don't know what I've been through. You don't know how much time I've lost, how many mistakes I've made, how many years I feel are wasted, and how many opportunities have slipped away from me. And I hear you. I understand that pain, that feeling of regret, the ache of lost time. It's so easy to look back on your life and see the moments, the years, that you wish you could change. Perhaps you think about the relationships you didn't nurture, the dreams you didn't pursue, or the goals you didn't reach. It's as though you were stuck in a cycle, going round and round, feeling lost, confused, unsure of your purpose, and maybe even questioning your worth. I want to acknowledge that. I want to honor those feelings. But here's the thing I want you to realize today. Those years, those moments of confusion, those periods of pain, they are not wasted. They were all part of your journey. And if you've ever wondered if it's too late to change or to start again, I want to tell you with all my heart, it's never too late. The universe is not punishing you for your mistakes. The universe is not telling you that you failed. No, my friend, the universe is simply waiting for you to wake up to the truth that is already inside of you. There's a power inside of you, a power that has always been there. It's been waiting for the right moment, waiting for you to finally believe in it. And today, right here, you are ready. Ready to begin anew, ready to embrace your healing, ready to trust that the universe will restore all those years you thought were lost. So, I want you to close your eyes for a moment if you can. Take a deep breath and just sit with this thought. The universe will restore all my wasted years. Feel the weight of that statement and let it sink into your soul. Don't rush through it. Let it resonate. Let it fill you with hope, with peace, with the understanding that you are not broken, that you have not failed. You have simply been on a path of learning, growing, and discovering. And now, you are ready for the next chapter. Now, as we continue, I want to invite you to really think about your life up until this point. We all carry burdens, whether they are physical, emotional, or mental. We all have moments we wish we could erase. But these burdens, these memories, are what shape us. They are part of the journey that has brought us here, to this very moment, where we can choose to let go of the past and embrace a new future. There is no shame in the mistakes you've made. There is no shame in the things you regret. In fact, it is only through those experiences that you can truly begin to heal, to find your purpose, and to come into alignment with the incredible potential that is within you. You're not defined by your past. Your past is not a sentence, it's a teacher. And once you begin to see it that way, you'll find that all those so-called wasted years were in fact the stepping stones that will lead you to the greatest version of yourself. I'm sure many of you are wondering, but how do I begin this healing process? How do I trust that the universe will restore all that time I feel I've lost? And I promise you, this is not an easy question to answer. It's not a quick fix. It requires patience, love, and a willingness to release old patterns. but the first step is always to believe that it is possible. If you can believe that healing is available to you, if you can open yourself to the idea that the universe is always working in your favor, you will start to notice small shifts. You will start to feel lighter. And the more you trust in this process, the more you will experience real, lasting change. Now, I want to tell you something that might sound a little strange, but it is the key to all healing. You are not broken. You have never been broken. You may have gone through pain. You may have suffered. You may have felt lost. But none of that means that you are inherently flawed. You are whole. You are worthy. And no matter how many years you feel were wasted, you can still have a beautiful, fulfilling life ahead of you. It's important to remind yourself that healing isn't about going back and changing the past. It's not about erasing mistakes or pretending that those years didn't matter. It's about learning to see them differently. When you can change the way you look at your past, when you can reframe your experiences, you will be amazed at how quickly things can shift in your present. And when the present shifts, the future becomes a whole new landscape of possibility. Part of this process, too, is forgiving yourself. I know it can be so difficult to forgive ourselves for the things we've done or for the things we didn't do. But forgiveness is not just for others, it's for you. It's a gift that you give yourself, a release from the weight of regret and guilt. And when you forgive yourself, you make space for healing. You make space for love, for joy, for peace. Forgiveness does not mean that what happened was okay. It doesn't mean that you are excusing your mistakes or ignoring the impact they may have had. What it means is that you are freeing yourself from the chains of the past. You are choosing to move forward, knowing that you did the best you could with what you knew at the time. And I want to reassure you that no matter how old you are, no matter how many years you think you've lost, it is never too late. The universe doesn't work on a linear timeline like we do. It's not bound by the rules of time and space. So even if you feel like you're starting over at a later age, or when life has thrown you some difficult challenges, you are not too late. The universe will always meet you where you are, and it will restore the years you thought you had wasted. So let me say it again. The universe will restore all your wasted years. There's nothing that is beyond repair. You are worthy of a beautiful future, and the time to begin is now. In the next part of this conversation, we'll dive deeper into how to let go of the past and begin to heal from the inside out. You don't need to fix everything at once. Healing is a journey, but it is a journey that begins with one simple step, and that step is the decision to believe in yourself, to believe in your worth, and to trust that the universe has your back every step of the way. Take a moment now to let that sink in. You are worthy. You are not too late. The universe is working for you, and healing is on its way. Now that we've touched on the deep truth that the universe will restore all your wasted years, I want to walk with you through the next part of this journey, the part where we begin to heal, to transform, and to move forward with purpose and grace. I know, my friend, that it can be hard to see the possibility of change when you feel weighed down by regrets and past mistakes. When you look back, all you might see are the roads you didn't take, the words you didn't say, or the opportunities you didn't grab. But I want to remind you that you are not defined by your past. Your past does not dictate your future. In fact, your past is merely a series of experiences that have brought you here to this very moment where you have the power to choose differently. Let me say that again. You have the power to choose differently, right now, today. Healing begins when we make a choice to step out of the cycle of regret and self-blame. It starts when we choose to shift our perspective from, "I've wasted so much time," to "I've learned so much and I am ready to move forward." You are always growing, always evolving, even when it doesn't feel like it. The time you spent learning through your mistakes was not time wasted. It was time well spent. It was all part of the process. I know that this is not an easy thing to accept. When we've experienced pain or regret, it's natural to want to stay in that place of mourning, to beat ourselves up for the choices we made or didn't make. But I want to tell you that you do not have to carry the weight of your past with you any longer. The moment you choose to release it, you free yourself to embrace the present moment. And that's when the real healing begins. You don't have to fix everything at once. This journey of healing, of reclaiming your life, is not about achieving perfection. It's about progress, step by step, moment by moment. And it starts with self-compassion. Compassion is the key to healing. Too often, we are our own harshest critics, punishing ourselves for the things we wish we had done differently. But what if, instead of criticizing yourself for what you didn't do, you chose to show yourself the same compassion that you would show a dear friend in pain? What if, instead of saying, "Why did I do that?" you said, "I did the best I could at the time, and I'm doing better now." Imagine how that would feel, like a softening, like a relief, like permission to be human. And that's exactly what you are, my friend, human. We all make mistakes. We all have regrets. But none of that means we are any less worthy of love, happiness, or healing. I want you to say that to yourself right now. I am worthy of healing. And I want you to feel the truth of that statement deep in your heart. Healing isn't just about feeling better in the moment. It's about coming to terms with who you are, right here, right now, with all of your experiences, your scars, your joys, and your sorrows. It's about embracing yourself fully, knowing that everything you've been through has shaped you into the person you are today. And that person is enough. You are enough. But I also know that for some of you, there might be a voice in your head saying, "But I don't feel enough. I don't feel worthy. I don't feel like I've done enough or accomplished enough." If that's you, I want you to listen carefully. Your worth is not measured by what you've done or haven't done. It is not determined by your achievements or your failures. It is intrinsic to who you are, simply because you exist. Your worth is a birthright, and the moment you realize that, you unlock the key to healing. So, as we continue on this journey together, I encourage you to make one of the most important choices you can make for yourself today. Choose self-love. Choose to be kind to yourself, even when you don't feel like you deserve it. Choose to stop judging yourself for your past and start honoring yourself for how far you've come. You've survived every single challenge that has come your way. You've made it through all those difficult days, and you are here right now, reading these words because you have the strength within you to heal and grow. You are stronger than you think. And here's the secret. The universe has never left you. It has always been guiding you, supporting you, and waiting for you to remember the truth of who you are. Sometimes we feel lost or disconnected, but the universe is always working in our favor, even when we don't see it. It's a law of nature. Just like the sun rises every morning, the universe will always meet us where we are. And when you begin to trust that, when you begin to let go of the need to control every detail of your life, that's when the magic happens. In the next part of this conversation, we will dive even deeper into the power of trust and surrender, and how they can accelerate your healing journey. I'll also guide you through some practical ways to start shifting your energy so that you can align yourself with the abundant flow of love and restoration that the universe is always offering you. But for now, I want you to take a moment and reflect on this. You are enough. You are worthy of everything that is good, everything that is healing, and everything that is waiting for you in the future. The universe is not punishing you for your past. It is preparing you for a future full of possibility, and it's never too late to begin anew. Take that into your heart today, and remember, you are loved, you are healing, and the universe will restore all your wasted years. As we continue this journey together, I want to talk about something very powerful, the idea of trusting the process and surrendering to the flow of life. When you begin to heal, one of the most important things you can do is let go of the need to control everything. I know it's not easy. Trusting that things will unfold the way they are meant to can be incredibly difficult, especially when your past has taught you to hold on tight, to micromanage your life, to protect yourself from pain. But this is where true healing begins, when you let go, when you trust that the universe has a plan for you that's greater than anything you could imagine. I want to be clear here. Trusting doesn't mean giving up or resigning yourself to a life that feels out of control. It doesn't mean passively sitting back and doing nothing. Trusting is an active choice. It's a choice to have faith in yourself, faith in your path, and faith that the universe is working behind the scenes to bring you everything you need to heal, grow, and thrive. It's about allowing the process of life to unfold rather than forcing it to happen on your terms. When we try to control everything, we block the flow of life. We create resistance, and resistance keeps us stuck. It keeps us trapped in patterns of worry, anxiety, and fear. But when we surrender, when we allow ourselves to be open to the flow of life, we give the universe the space to work its magic. And here's the most amazing part. The universe always has a greater plan for us than we can see from where we stand. It's like being in the middle of a forest and only being able to see a few trees. But you don't realize that there's a whole beautiful landscape waiting for you just beyond your sight. So, how do we trust the process? How do we learn to let go of control and surrender to the flow? The first step is awareness. Begin by noticing when you are trying to control things in your life, whether it's a relationship, a career, or even your own healing process. Ask yourself, am I trying to force this? Am I trying to make something happen before it's time? You'll find that when you try to force things, the results are often frustrating, draining, and unsatisfying. But when you allow yourself to step back and trust that things will unfold naturally, you'll be amazed at how much more ease and flow you experience. Letting go doesn't mean giving up your goals, your desires, or your dreams. It simply means releasing the attachment to how things should look or when they should happen. It's about choosing to trust that whatever is meant for you will come at the right time, in the right way. This is where your power lies, in surrendering your need for control and trusting that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. I want you to consider something right now. Think about a moment in your life when you let go of control, when you surrendered to the process, and things began to flow effortlessly. It could be a time when you let go of a relationship that wasn't serving you, or when you stopped forcing an opportunity to happen, and suddenly something even better came along. Can you remember that feeling? How free and light you felt. That's what happens when we trust the process. The universe steps in and does the heavy lifting. But I also know that there are moments when the past still whispers in your ear. It tells you that you've made mistakes, that you've wasted time, that you're too late for the life you want. Those are the moments when you have to decide to choose trust again, to choose to let go of that old story and begin to create a new one. The universe doesn't care how old you are or how many mistakes you've made. It doesn't judge you for the times you felt lost. It simply waits for you to step into your own power, to trust in your worth, and to trust in the timing of your life. Here's the truth. You are always in the right place at the right time, even when it doesn't feel that way, even when you feel like you've taken a detour or that you're behind where you thought you'd be. Life is never linear. It's filled with twists and turns, pauses and leaps forward. And sometimes we need those pauses to gain wisdom, to reflect, and to prepare ourselves for the next step. When you release the idea that there's a perfect way for life to unfold, and when you stop measuring yourself against some imaginary timeline, you'll find that life becomes a beautiful adventure, full of surprises, lessons, and blessings. The universe, with all its infinite wisdom, will bring you exactly what you need at the right time, even if it doesn't match your original plan. Another key aspect of trusting the process is learning to embrace the unknown. We often feel anxious about what's ahead, especially when we don't have all the answers. We like to know exactly how things are going to unfold. But true healing happens when we can step into the unknown with an open heart, ready for whatever comes next. That's where growth happens. That's where we step into our power. I know this can feel scary at times. It's hard to let go when you've been holding on so tightly. But I want you to remember this. You are not alone. The universe is guiding you every step of the way, even when you can't see it. It's in the quiet moments, in the signs you receive, in the synchronicities that show up when you least expect them. When you trust, you invite the flow of life to work in your favor. You start to recognize the little miracles that are always happening around you. So, I invite you to take a deep breath and think about what you might need to surrender today. Is it the need to control the outcome of a situation? Is it the desire to rush the healing process? Or is it an old belief that you're not good enough, or that your best years are behind you? Whatever it is, know that when you surrender it, you are making room for something far greater to enter your life. Healing is not about pushing or forcing. It's about allowing yourself to heal, to grow, and to trust that the universe will restore everything you believe you've lost. Remember, it's all unfolding perfectly, just as it should. Now, as we reach the final part of this journey, I want to remind you of something important. You have everything you need within you to move forward. You are stronger than you think, wiser than you give yourself credit for, and far more resilient than your past experiences may have led you to believe. The universe is always conspiring in your favor, and its greatest gift to you is the opportunity to create a future that reflects your true worth, your true potential. But to fully embrace this future, we must do one last thing. We must release the past. We have to let go of the idea that we are somehow stuck in our past choices, in our past mistakes. The story you tell yourself about who you are today is a direct result of the thoughts you believe about yourself. So, it's time to change the narrative. Your life has not been a series of wasted years. No, my friend, each moment, each experience, each lesson has been a vital part of your growth. And while we may look back and feel sadness, regret, or frustration over the things we didn't do or the time we think we've lost, it's crucial that you understand this one truth. You are not your past. Your past is simply a chapter in the book of your life. It has shaped you, yes, but it does not define you. Your story is still being written. I understand how difficult it can be to let go. Sometimes the weight of the past feels like an anchor that keeps us from moving forward. It can be easy to think that because we made mistakes, we don't deserve the joy, the success, or the peace that we long for. But I want you to remember, the universe is always moving us toward what is best for us, even if we don't see it at the time. When we stop holding on so tightly to what was, we make space for something new, something better. To create the future that you deserve, you have to open your heart to what's possible. You have to trust in the future, even when it feels uncertain, because, my friend, the future is full of unlimited potential. The universe does not operate on a set timeline. It doesn't have an expiration date on your dreams. And the more you align with this truth, the more you allow the flow of life to work through you and bring you exactly what you need, whether that's healing, peace, opportunities, or love. Trusting the future is a process. It's not about having all the answers right now or knowing every step you will take. It's about learning to trust in your own ability to navigate life, to follow the breadcrumbs of intuition, and to take one step at a time. Even when you can't see the whole path, trust that you will be guided, and trust that the universe will restore those wasted years in ways you cannot yet imagine. I know it can be hard to trust when you've been through so much. You may feel like you've been through trials that have tested your very core, and perhaps at times you've wondered if you'd ever find peace again. But you are still here. You are still standing. And I believe that everything that has happened to you has prepared you for this moment. The moment when you finally understand that your future is not a result of your past, but a manifestation of the energy you put into it today. The power of belief is key to this process. What you believe about yourself today will shape the person you become tomorrow. If you continue to hold on to the belief that you've wasted years, that you're too old, or that it's too late for you, then you will continue to stay stuck in that pattern. But if you begin to shift your mindset, if you choose to believe that the universe is bringing you the right experiences at the right time, then your reality will begin to change. The thoughts you think today create the life you live tomorrow. It's as simple as that. That's why I want to encourage you to let go of those negative beliefs that no longer serve you. Stop identifying with the mistakes you've made and start identifying with the person you are becoming. The person who trusts, who believes, and who understands that no time is ever wasted when you are learning and growing. Every step forward is a step closer to the life you desire. Even the setbacks, the detours, and the delays have been part of the greater plan. They've been nudging you towards something better, something more aligned with your soul. The road ahead is yours to create. The universe will meet you every step of the way, and it's up to you to open your heart and mind to the blessings that await you. You are worthy of abundance, love, joy, and peace. You are worthy of a life that reflects your truest self. And the only thing standing between you and that life is the belief that it's already yours. Now, let's talk about how you can begin to align with this future, to create space for the healing and restoration the universe is waiting to give you. The first step is to cultivate gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. When you begin to focus on what you already have, rather than what you don't, you shift your energy. Gratitude opens the door to abundance, and it shifts your focus from lack to plenty. When you're feeling down or unsure about the future, start by listing 3 things you are grateful for. It could be something as simple as the warmth of the sun, a phone call from a friend, or the beauty of a quiet moment. Gratitude shifts your perspective and helps you reconnect to the truth that your life is full of blessings. And when you do this, you create a mindset that is open to receiving more. The more grateful you are, the more you will attract. The second thing I want you to focus on is self-care. Healing doesn't just happen in your mind, it happens in your body too. Take time every day to nurture yourself, whether that's through meditation, journaling, walking in nature, or just resting. Healing requires us to take care of ourselves on all levels, and self-care is an important part of restoring your energy and allowing the universe to do its work. Finally, take action. Trusting the process doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for things to magically happen. You have a part to play. You must continue to move forward, even when you don't have all the answers. Every small step you take will bring you closer to the life you desire. Trust that you are always guided and take those steps with faith. So, let's end this with a reminder, a mantra that I want you to carry with you from this moment forward. The universe will restore all your wasted years. There is no such thing as wasted time. Every experience has been part of your journey, part of your learning, part of your unfolding. And now, as you step into the future, know that you are worthy of all the good things that are coming your way. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. Your future is bright, and the best is yet to come. Take a deep breath, my friend, and trust that all is well.